visible. Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya varīyān esa te praśnaḥ kṛto loka-hitaṁ nṛpa ātmavit-sammataḥ puṁsāṁ śrotavyādiṣu paraḥ varīyān sati praśnaḥ kṛto loka-hitaṁ nṛpa ātmavit-sammataḥ puṁsāṁ śrotavyādiṣu paraḥ varīyān sati praśnaḥ kṛto loka-hitaṁ nṛpa ātmavit-sammataḥ puṁsāṁ śrotavyādiṣu paraḥ śrotavyādi-nirājendra nināṅ-santi sahasrasaḥ āpaṣyatāṁ ātmatattvaṁ griheshu grihamedhināṁ śrotavyādi-nirājendra nināṅ-santi sahasrasaḥ āpaṣyatāṁ ātmatattvaṁ griheshu grihamedhināṁ. So, Parīkṣit Maharaj questioned to Śukadeva Gosvāmī, what is my duty? Now I am going to die within 7 days. What is my duty? So, he inquired about Kṛṣṇa, because Parīkṣit Maharaj, born in a Vaishnava family, Arjuna's grandson, the Pandavas, they are Vaishnavas and devotee of Kṛṣṇa. So from the childhood, he had the opportunity to worship Kṛṣṇa. He was playing with Kṛṣṇa deities. So naturally, he was inclined to hear about Kṛṣṇa. So, he inquired, what is my duty? Shall I simply hear about Kṛṣṇa or something else? So, on hearing this question, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is congratulating him. varīyān sati praśnaḥ. Oh, your question is very wonderful. Very welcome, varīyān. Varīyān means very welcome, what I have given, varīyān. Glorious, yes. Glorious praśnaḥ, because you have inquired about Kṛṣṇa. So, varīyān sati praśnaḥ kṛto loka-hitaṁ nṛpa. My dear king, this question is all auspicious for all the people of the world. If you simply inquire about Kṛṣṇa or hear about Kṛṣṇa, even though we do not understand, but that vibration of Kṛṣṇa, just like we are chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa, we may not understand what is meaning of Hare Kṛṣṇa, but still, because it is transcendental sound, it is auspicious. Wherever you chant Hare Kṛṣṇa, they may hear or they may not hear, it is auspicious for them. So we are sending our men for street Sankirtan. It doesn't matter whether people are eager to hear it or not, but it is auspicious. It will create an atmosphere which is very, very congenial to the human society. That should be our principle. Not that because we are chanting, nobody is taking care, we shall not be disappointed. This Sankirtan movement is so nice that simply by chanting, the vibration will create an auspicious atmosphere. Varīyān Now, you can practically see those who are old members. So I began in this New York, in that storefront, simply by chanting. So, I did not bribe you American boys and girls to come after me. This only asset was chanting. That Tompkins and this Brahmananda Swami, he first came to dance with my chant. He and Achyutananda, that was the first dancing of our Krishna conscious movement. Yes. And I had no mridangas. That was a, what is that? Drum, little drum. So I was chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa from 2 to 5, 3 hours. And so many boys and girls were coming and joining. And there was first photograph in the Times, New York Times. They appreciated, and people also appreciated. So this chanting, the beginning was only chanting. There was nothing more. At that time there was no program of praśnaḥ distribution. That later on it came. So you should always be confident that this chanting is not a vibration of this material world. This is not vibration of material. Narottam Das Thakur says, Golokera prema dhana hari nama sankirtan. It is imported from the spiritual world. It is completely spiritual. Otherwise, how it is possible? Sometimes the so-called yogis, they say that chanting in Bombay, there is a so-called rascal, he says the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra and chanting of Coca-Cola is the same. He is such a rascal. He does not know that this is not a vibration of this material world, but one who has no knowledge, they think that what is the meaning of this chant? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. But they can practically see that we can go on chanting day and night, still we shall not become tired. But any other material name you take, after chanting 3 times you will feel tired. That is the proof. You can go on chanting day and night, you will never feel tired. So these people, poor people, they have no brain to understand. Anyway, the chanting is so auspicious. Chaitanya Mahāprabhu has given his benediction, Ceta darpana marjanam. bhava mahādāvāgni nirvāpanam. We are suffering in this material world because we are not cleansed of our understanding or of our heart. The heart is not cleansed. So this chanting will help us to cleanse the heart. Sinnatang sakatha Krishna punna savana kirtana riddantastha avadrani vidhunati suhissata. Chanting is so nice that as soon as you take to chanting or hear about Krishna, the chanting is also hearing about Krishna. So immediately the cleansing process begins. Cetadarpanamarjana. And as soon as our heart is cleansed, bhava mahādāvāgni nirvāpanam, then we become free from the blazing fire of this material existence. So, chanting is so auspicious. Therefore, Parīkṣit Mahārāja, Śukadeva Gosvāmī says, varīyān sate praśnaḥ, kṛto loka-hitaṁ nṛpa. In another place also, Śukadeva Gosvāmī, Śruta Gosvāmī said, jat kita kṛṣṇa praśnaḥ, jayātmā samprasidati. When the great saintly persons in the Naimisharanya inquired about Kṛṣṇa, he replied like that, jat kita kṛṣṇa praśnaḥ. Because you have inquired about Kṛṣṇa, it will cleanse your heart. Jena atma samprasidati. You will feel a very transcendental bliss, comfort within your heart. So, varīyān sate praśnaḥ kṛto loka-hitaṁ. Loka-hitaṁ. Actually, this movement is the prime welfare activities to the human society. Loka-hitaṁ. It is not a business. Business means my hitam, my benefit only. It is not. It is Krishna's business. Krishna's business means Krishna is for everyone. Therefore, Krishna's business is meant for everyone. We therefore welcome everyone. There is no distinction. Come here and chant loka-hitaṁ. And a sadhu, a saintly person, should always think of loka-hitaṁ. That is the difference between sadhu and ordinary man. Ordinary man, he thinks only of himself or expanded himself for family, for community, for society, for nation. These are all expanded selfishness. Expanded. When I am alone, I am thinking of my benefit only. When I am little grown up, I think of my brothers and sisters. And when I am little advanced, I think of my family. Little advanced, I think of my community. Little advanced, I think of my country, my nation. Or I can think of the whole human society, internationally. But Kṛṣṇa is so big that Kṛṣṇa includes everyone, not only human society, animal society, bird society, bee society, tree society, everything. Kṛṣṇa says, aham bija pita, I am the seed-giving father of all these forms. There are 8,400,000 different kinds of forms. Kṛṣṇa claims all of them are my part and parcel, living entities, but they are now covered by different dress only, but they are living entities. This is Kṛṣṇa consciousness vision. Therefore, one who is actually Kṛṣṇa conscious, Pandita samadarshina. Pandita, he does not see the outward dress. He sees the living entity encased in this particular type of body. So he has no concern with the body. Therefore, a sadhu always thinks of everyone's benefit. Just like Rupa Gosvāmī. Sanatana Gosvāmī of the Gosvāmis, it is said, loka-hitaṁ hitakarino tiruvane manno, because they were benefactor for all kinds of living entities. Therefore, they were honored Tiruvane in 3 words. Tiruvane, loka-hitaṁ hitaka, nana sastra vicharanaika nipuno. The sadhu's business is for the benefit of all living entities. A sadhu does not like to cut even a tree because he knows here is a living entity. He is standing here for many years by his karma, and he has to continue this for many years more. So he cannot avoid this because it is nature's law. Just like if you are put into prison for 6 months, nobody can save you, nobody can make you one day less than 6 months. So we get our particular type of body, we have to remain in that body for a certain period by the laws of nature. So by cutting the body, the living entity does not die, but because we check the continuation of his period, therefore he becomes sinful. You cannot cut even a tree without Krishna's purpose. Without Krishna's purpose, we cannot kill even an ant, we cannot cut even a tree, then we shall be liable to punishment. So, a sadhu sees that here is also a living entity. Pandita samadar, vidya vinaya sampanni, brahmani, gavi, hastini, sunichi, cha supaki. Pandita samadarshana. Pandit does not make any discrimination that here is an animal, here is a man. No, he sees the animal is also part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa. He has got a different body, and the man also, he is also part and parcel of Kṛṣṇa. He has got a different body. Karmana, according to one's karma, he is put into different time. So, loka-hitaṁ. Now, this Kṛṣṇa Praśnaḥ, this question and answer about Kṛṣṇa, if we simply hear, that is recommendation of Caitanya Mahāprabhu. Sthane sthita sutigataṁ tanuvāṁ manobhi. You remain in your position, but you try to hear about Kṛṣṇa. That is the recommendation. Simply you come in this temple and try to hear about Kṛṣṇa. Sthane sthita sutigataṁ tanuvāṁ. That will purify. Kṛṣṇa Kirtan, Kṛṣṇa's name is so powerful. Simply if you hear Kṛṣṇa, 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 you become purified. You become purified. Therefore it is said, varīyān sati praśnaḥ kṛto loka-hitaṁ nipo ātmavit-sammataḥ. Ātmavit. It is not that I am only eulogizing. ātmavit-sammataḥ. All great personalities who is self-realized. Ātmavit. Ātmavit means one who knows Atma. General people, they do not know Atma. But ātmavit means one who knows Atma. Aham brahmasmi. I am spirit soul, I am not this body. And one who is well acquainted about this Atma Tattva. So unless one becomes aware of this Atma Tattva, whatever he is doing, he is being defeated. They are saying, generally people, they are thinking that I am now constructing this big skyscraper building. I am successful. I have become Rothschild, I have become Ford. And that is not ātmavit. Ātmavit, because he is materially opulent, that does not mean ātmavit. That's subject matter will be discussed in the next verse. Apasadāmatmatattam. One who cannot see is ātma. Griheshu griham-medina. They are compact in this materialistic way of life. Griheshu griham-medina. Their condition is very... Actually, this is the position of the whole world. They are not ātmavit. They do not inquire. Atmatattam. Therefore, they are less intelligent. In the airport, I say that our propaganda is to make people more intelligent. They might not have taken it very nicely. They thought that this poor Swami has come to make us intelligent. But actually, that is the fact. That is the fact. This is not intelligence. That bodily concept of life, I spoil my whole life for bodily comforts, and then after giving up this body I become a cat and dog. Then what is that intelligence? Is that very good intelligence? Actually it has happened. I don't know wish to discuss how our Godhead Siddhar Maharaj, he was speaking from a paper that one of our great politicians in India, he has now become a dog in Sweden. It is published. There were inquiries about some prominent man in India, and he has answered, and one of the answers is, such and such politician is now one of the 2 dogs of a gentleman in Sweden. You see? So, this time, in this life I may become very big man, big politician, big diplomat, big businessman, but next life, after your death, it is your greatness of this material will not help you. That will depend on your work, and nature will offer you a certain type of body you'll have to accept. Of course you'll forget. That is the concession given by nature, just like we do not remember what we had been in our past life. If I remember that suppose I was a king in my past life, now I have become a dog, then how much suffering it will be. Therefore, by nature's law, one forgets. And death means this forgetfulness. Death means this forgetfulness. So this is a great science. People do not know it. Our Krishna consciousness movement is very scientific, authorized. So our business is to enlighten people as far as possible, and at the same time we must remain enlightened. We may not be again covered by the darkness of Maya. That we should be. That you can keep yourself very fit not to be covered by the Maya. Mami vaja prapadanti mayami tang taranti. If you very strictly adhere to the principle of Krishna consciousness, then Maya will not be able to touch you. That is the only remedy. Otherwise, Maya is always looking after the opportunity, loopholes, how she can capture you again. But if you remain strictly in Krishna consciousness, Maya will not be able to do anything. Mami vaja prapadanti daividjisa gunamai mama maya duratta. It is very difficult to get out of the clutches of Maya. It is very difficult. But Krishna says, Mami vaja prapadanti mayami tang taranti. If one is strictly adherent to the lotus feet of Kṛṣṇa, always, therefore this program is 24 hours thinking of Kṛṣṇa. Satatam, satatam, chintayat Kṛṣṇa, kirtaniya sadahari. These are the recommendations. So if we simply think of Kṛṣṇa, if you cannot do anything, simply think of it. That is the highest meditational perfection. So, always chant Hare Krishna mantra, be in touch with Kṛṣṇa in so many ways, then you are secure. Maya will not be able to touch you. And if we can somewhere or other pass our days, and at the time of death we remember Kṛṣṇa, then the whole life is successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Chant Hare Krishna.